Hi guys, it's winter, which means running season, and today we're going to do a video on running and Pilates, or more specifically, how Pilates can help you run more efficiently, prevent injury, and run faster. So I know as a personal runner myself, it takes more than strong legs and lungs to be a good runner. So I personally focus on core and strengthening hips, glutes, and hamstrings. So let's get into it. So the first exercise we're going to do today is focusing on abdominals and core. We're going to roll down onto the mat, nice and long, arms by your side, and set your pelvis and your spine into a strong and neutral position. So your legs are going to be together, soles of the feet flat to the mat. Bracing your abdominals now, bring one leg to tabletop at a time and join your knee and ankle joints together. So holding head and shoulders down onto the mat, we're going to inhale to prepare and then exhale, extend one leg out onto the long diagonal. Join that leg back into tabletop. Opposite leg extends out and back into tabletop. So it's inhale here and exhale to extend. Back to tabletop. So you want to keep that beautiful, strong pelvis position into neutral, bracing through that core and focusing on your breath. If you want to progress the exercise, you can come up into an ab curl. So you're going to inhale to lengthen the back of the neck, exhale, ab curl up, being mindful to keep that pelvis in neutral, and then again working in to your single leg stretch. So it's an inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Legs back to tabletop, lower the head and shoulders, and then one foot down at a time. Rolling up, second core exercise today is a plank with some tiger curls. So coming into your 4-point kneeling position to start, make sure that your wrists are right underneath your shoulders, your toes are tucked behind you. Now stabilize through that shoulder girdle, brace your core, and step up to your plank position. So making sure that your shoulder, hip, knee and ankle are all that lovely diagonal position. Square your hips and chest off with the mat. A little squeeze of the glutes and abdominals right in towards your spine. So inhale, we're going to float the right foot off the mat. Draw that right knee in towards your right elbow. Extend along behind you and lower back down. Left leg now lifts. Bend the knee in towards the elbow. Extend long and lower. So moving through this, you want to keep the spine and the pelvis in neutral. So it's a smaller lift off the mat than you think. Nice brace calls, strong shoulder girdle, looking down between your hands, alternating right leg with left leg. And then gently lower the knees to the mat, sit back down onto your heels. Second exercise, we're going to focus on hip rolls, hip lifts, and our shoulder bridge preparation. So lie back down onto the mat, arms long by your side. Start your spine and pelvis back into neutral. This time your legs are at hip distance apart. So you're going to inhale here and then flatten your lower back in towards the mat and start to roll up your spine one vertebra at a time. So coming up to your shoulder bridge preparation position where your hips are square towards the ceiling. Once you're at the top, we're just going to flex at the hips, so bend at the hips and lower your bottom down towards the mat. Exhale, squeeze back to the top. So inhale, lower your bottom down, and exhale, squeeze. So your spine and pelvis stay neutral here. So this is all about squeezing your bottom, working those hamstrings. Legs are staying parallel. Last one. Holding back up to the top, and then rolling back down the spine one vertebra at a time. Releasing back into your neutral position. Second exercise, shoulder bridge preparation. So rolling back up again nice and slowly, holding at the top. This time you're going to squeeze your left bottom extra hard and float your right foot up towards a tabletop position. And just make sure that right hip hasn't dropped down. You want to keep it buoyant in line with that left hip. Lower back down. Squeeze the right glute extra hard. Lift and hover to tabletop. Lower back down. So we're going to focus on some little foot marches here. Take it nice and slow. Squeezing one glute at a time, hovering that opposite leg up towards your tabletop position. Abs are nice and tight, glutes and hamstrings are working hard. And then 2 feet back down towards the mat, slowly rolling back down your spine. And coming back in through to neutral. Rolling up, our final exercise today is a side kick, all about developing really strong muscles down the sides of the hips. So we're going to come into a side lying position. Come down onto your elbow and then just check that that elbow is right underneath your shoulder. Find yourself into a neutral pelvis position, so really lift up from underneath that waist. You're nice and square through the hips and the chest. Now extend that top leg out so it's parallel to the mat. We're going to take that top arm up to our salute position. Drop your shoulder down and away from your ear. brace through your abdominals, and gently hover your top leg off the mat, keeping your pelvis and torso super still. We're going to start to kick that leg forward, flex at the ankle and pulse twice. And then kick that leg back just beyond the hip. Coming forward again, flex the ankle, pulse twice, and take the leg just beyond the hip. So you've got to keep a super strong core, stable pelvis, and we're strengthening the muscles around the hip. So it's an inhale as we kick forward, exhale back, and then gently lower the arm and leg back down to the mat. If that's too strong on your shoulder girdle, you can come down for a modification and just pop the head down onto the shoulder. Again, top leg nice and parallel to the mat. Stack into neutral position, lift and hover, and the same exercise. And then lowering all the way back down. So try those 5 Pilates exercises at home and aim for a 15-minute set 3 times a week, and you should start to see some results. So focus on slow and controlled repetitions. Remember, it's quality over quantity.